What's in a name? Everything. Hi, welcome back to my channel Chinahan, where I analyze China from a spiritual perspective. The book of Proverbs says, the rich will rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. Wise words from King Solomon. Today's transmission, I'm going to talk about Sri Lanka. Wait for it. Wait for it. Sri Lanka, formerly known as Ceylon and officially the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, is now a bankrupt island country in South Asia. It lies in the Indian Ocean, southwest of the Bay of Bengal and the southeast of the Arabian Sea. It's separated from the Indian subcontinent by the Gulf of Mannar and the Palk Strait. Sri Lanka shares a maritime border with India and the Maldives. I can't pronounce the capital, so I'll just refer to it as JK is its legislative capital, and Colombo is its largest city and financial center. Sri Lanka's history goes back about 3,000 years. The country's trade in luxury goods and spices attracted traders of many nations, which helped create Sri Lanka's diverse population. During a time of great political turmoil in the Sinhalese kingdom of Kotte, the colonizing Jesuit Portuguese arrived in Sri Lanka and then sought control of the island's maritime regions and its lucrative external trade. Part of Sri Lanka became a Portuguese colony after the Sinhalese-Portuguese War. The Dutch and the Kingdom of Kandy took control of those areas. The Dutch possessions were then taken over by the British, who later extended their control over the whole island, colonizing it from 1815 to 1948. In 1948, Ceylon became independent and changed its name to Sri Lanka in 1972. Sri Lanka was then marred by a 26-year civil war, which began in 1983 and ended decisively in 2009. And then that's when their troubles started. When Sri Lanka armed forces defeated the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. Sri Lanka is known as the teardrop of India, or the granary of the East. Its geographic location and deep harbors make it of great strategic importance. From the earliest days of the ancient Silk Road trade route to today's so-called maritime Silk Road, aka Belt and Road Initiative. Because its location has made it a major trading hub, modern-day Sri Lanka is a multinational state home to diverse cultures, languages, and ethnicities. Sinhalese are the majority of the nation's population. The Tamils, who are a large minority group, have also played an influential role in the island's history. Other long-established groups include the African Moors, the Burghers, the Malays, the indigenous Veda, and last but not least, wait for it, the Chinese. Fast forward to right now, right now. Sri Lanka is under a state of emergency, facing the worst economic crisis in its known history. I like to call this the 3 R's: rations, riots, and reaping the economic whirlwind. All thanks to yours truly, China's debt trap. For those of you who aren't familiar with what a debt trap is when a country, China, forces by coercion loans that cannot be repaid. A debt trap is when a country cannot repay a loan. Sri Lanka cannot repay its loans to China. So I used the word force because, well, I shouldn't use the word force, but it's a forced kind of situation because the country feels like they have no other alternative but to take out these loans once the process starts. A debt trap is when a country cannot repay a loan, so they're forced to hand over crucial infrastructure as payment. In this case, Sri Lanka is forced to hand over crucial deep water ports that can be used for merchant shipping in times of peace, and in China's case, troop transport and military protection in times of war. So Sri Lanka has been forced to hand over key strategic ports that is necessary for merchant trade in this island nation. Sri Lanka owes China approximately $8 billion US, and there is no way that they'll be able to pay it back. Not in this world or in the world next to come. I said in one of my previous transmissions, if you get into bed with the CCP, you are not going to like how you wake up in the morning. Prime example, Sri Lanka. They cannot even feed themselves because they've been forced under major loans that they cannot pay back. This ends this transmission. I hope you've gained some information about how China moves from country to country under the auspices or the auspice of helping them out. They're not helping them out. They're forcing them, psychological warfare. They're forcing them into these debt traps. Now, maybe their leaders know or they don't know, but for sure, the populace, the people of Sri Lanka, they don't know. And in the end, they're the victims. Hope you like this transmission. Please like, subscribe, follow, and comment. God bless you and be well. This is China Han. Until next time.